Greetings once again, Multiversal Soul Familia. This is going to be a rare evening edition session pertaining to what may come to or through to the collective this evening, May 16th, on a Friday. During the evening hours, or whenever you tune in. But these messages are implying what will come through during the evening hours, primarily on a Friday, but again, whenever you tune in. Here we go. We have already said a invocation over the environment, and I can actually relight the palo. For more clear and concise messages at this time. And to reinforce the prayer invocation command that was stated in the environment before the session, during the session that is currently uploading at this time. Woo. Perhaps a bit of rearranging and tidying for an unexpected visit. Interesting. From someone intelligent and wise. Going into the Woodland Wardens, we are going to have several nature-themed decks for this session. We're going to keep this one a bit short, though. So, here we go. Into the Woodland Wardens. Out of the blue in the evening, I just heard around the blue hour for the collective. This card really is poking out. Let's take a look. We have the sheep and the blackberry. Devotion. Let's see if we can get it to focus on that tiny word. Probably not. That's okay. You know you can take my word for it. You know we're not over here pulling the wool over other people's eyes. Something is relevant to not just the blossoms, but the unseen aspects of the blackberry. So, healing and restoration, and often considered a symbol of abundance. The blackberries is the focus at this moment, brimming with beneficial nutrients that support physical health and wellness. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. Not a doctor, not a diagnosis, not a prescription, not a prognosis. I am simply the messenger. And it's looking good from here, beloveds. Steeped in profound spiritual significance and age-old wisdom. Also deeply connected to resilience and the cycles of life, but also associated often with the divine feminine. That will be significant. Let's see what else spiritualmojo.com has to say. Their journey from buds to ripe fruits, brimming with life-sustaining juices, mirrors the human journey of healing and the restoration of wellness. The deep, almost black color of the ripe berries is significant as well. It is reminiscent of the unknown depths within us where healing begins, in the innermost parts of our spirits that we must nourish and care for. Notice the black, the unknown depths, but it is not external to us. It's within. But it's also tied to the sweetness of life. Growing and ripening over time, symbolizing the joy and rewards that life has to offer. Bringing forth fruits after a period of careful nurturing and growth. So does life bring forth its sweetest moments after periods of care, hard work, and patience. The presence of the thorns serves as a metaphor for the challenges and obstacles that we face in life, reminding us that we must endure and overcome these to reach the sweetness and joy that life has to offer. Comforting reassurance and a reminder to appreciate the sweetness of life regardless of the thorns that may come our way. Beautiful. Overcoming obstacles derived from growing patterns. Thriving in even the harshest conditions, showing adaptability and strength against adversity. Beautiful. Let's now go back into the deck for another pass in terms of what else could be coming in for the collective out of the blue. Out of the blue. sometime around the blue hour. Mostly on a Friday, but could be any day when you hear this. Sometime around twilight. Interestingly enough, the bats like to come out at twilight. We have the bat and the hellbore. Intuitions. Something that you've been relentlessly devoted to. That is also increasing your clairs. Let's take a closer look at the bat and hellbore. Do I need to analyze a problem? Or is the answer more immediate and instinctual? Your instincts can be relied upon. Curl inward like the hellbore, and as the blind bat trusts its hearing, trusting your intuition to guide you. Dreams, visions, and the subconscious coming through out of the blue, enhancing those intuitions, but also offering a deeper sense of home with the beaver and birch. Deeper sense of home. Number 30. Is it a place or a feeling? Now is time to focus on nesting, homesteading, and settling down. Tending to your environment in ways that support a feeling of home. Birch symbolizing new beginnings. Ooh, somebody is going to be finding out about a new home that is going to be yours to tend to in a way that supports that feeling of home. New beginnings. And these new beginnings will not grow alone. Also, constructing a safe environment with a blend of natural habitat. Beautiful. For some of you, you're going to be breaking out the pregnancy test in the evening and finding out that you have a little one on the way, because there is also mention of birchwood being used to build cradles. That's not a message for all of you, but having this, something that has been in gestation, is going to be born, is going to make landfall, interestingly enough, in the blue hour, around twilight, around the time the bats come out. Oh, goodness. And you will be the first to know and experience it, just like these flowers are the first to bloom. The snowdrop, with the butterfly and the snowdrop, symbols of hope and transformation and new beginnings. Spring is a new beginning. This is the epitome of spring flowers. The butterfly, the epitome of transformation. Both poster childs of new beginnings. Ooh. Sounds like an eventful time there, beloveds. A period of hardship coming to a close and better ways ahead. Take heart in signs of the coming thaw. A coming thaw, signs of it, coming to you, out of the blue. We're going to now bring in the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, Pocket Edition, for a bit more details, insights, and perhaps even a teachable moment or two from our beloved creature teachers. More deals, okay, more deals are coming through during the twilight hour out of the blue. More details, please, pertaining to what will be coming out of the blue, most likely on a Friday, around the blue hour. We have 3 cards out, which wasn't intentional, but it happens. We're going to take a look at the earthworm first. It is the only one landing face up. The earthworm. Something of value. Something that is going to reaffirm your confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. A reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time and you're on the right track. Rumor has it a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. Speaking up, even if it means risking embarrassment. Occurring out of the blue. During the twilight hour, during the blue hour. Most likely on a Friday. Ooh. Although out of the blue, it's going to arrive gracefully. Especially for those of you finding out about a new home that you may get to decorate, that you will get to decorate and make your own to bring in your own feeling of home. A feminine touch with that deer. Interesting. Both of the first 2 cards being earth, spirit animals. Receptiveness and nurturing and compassion. Inner beauty radiating a sense of grace, calming the room. Dear personality affects others in this way, drawing them towards a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near. Whoa, I just said about to give birth to something new, and for some odd reason, which I cannot determine because, well, it's not up to me, something that has been in gestation is coming into fruition in the evening versus more of a traditional time of day. But what even is time anyway? Besides what we know of the benefits of the sunrise and the benefits of the sunset. Beautiful. Also, situations calling for absolute gentleness and compassion. A birth or celebration of new life is drawing near. At night, we have the fox, but the fox is in reverse. So, I'm unfamiliar or I don't remember. Oh my gosh, but they're all earth animals. Earth angel, would you be mine? Say that you love me all of the time. Good Lord. Come on now, where is it? The fox must be more towards the beginning of this section. Here it is. When out of balance, sneaky and unsure of their identity, a connection or partnership brings that back into balance, helping us stay true to the most dear to us. For some reason, during the blue hour, it's starting to give like, it can mean something different depending on your circumstances in life at this time. It could be a very romantic encounter during the twilight hour, during the blue hour. I mean, twilight typically lasts for more than an hour, but during the blue hour, it's a very specific hue of blue. Muted, but also with a bit of a shadow side to it. Like a charcoal, like slate blue. When it first begins, it's more like a periwinkle color. Like the color in the background. Oh, it looks more turquoise on camera, but in person it's a deeper hue of blue with a surrounding on the edges of an even deeper blue. So like it's legit, the background of the deer is representing in some kind of way that gradual merger into the evening. And then of course the wings of the butterfly showing similar signs with the lighter hues merging with the deeper hues of blue. enchanting, mystique, charismatic, ideal life partners, quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. God bless you, Bella. For the long term, Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us, reconnecting to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. Now I'm hearing the one who got away. Whether it's something more inclined to spiritual aspects of your life, personal, romantic, or even vocational. Something that slipped away out of the blue is going to slip back in out of the blue. But it's not so much about the sneakiness as it is the mystique, the charisma of the act, but also the endearment and the love behind all of it. That is invoking something new. By the time the starlight even reaches you. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Man, what other deck can I bring in involving animals? We are going to reach for the seed and sickle as well. I wasn't kidding when I said I have several decks that may not necessarily be entirely geared around nature, but most certainly involve nature. Even my Rose Oracle deck that I have over here on this other table involves nature of some kind, whether it's plant teachers or otherwise. We just have to look for it. And it appears as though I'm going to need to shuffle this deck a bit more and disregard the cards that were separate from the rest of the deck. Something new out of the blue during the blue hour. Something new coming out of the blue. In a twilight. On a Friday. Or most likely on a Friday, but whenever you hear this. During the twilight hour is when it will come into fruition. It's already in gestation. It is already in gestation. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay. We have the cornflower back out again and the cherry. Resilient love. with equal reciprocity, as no cherry is better than the other, as also no cornflower is more significant than the other. Equal reciprocity, equal give and take in some kind of way coming through. And look at all the blue in both cards. Both also indicating that transition into twilight. The gradients of the hues is significant. Beautiful. Let's look at the dusk guidebook for the cherry. An abundance of resources means that this is the perfect time to focus on what your body is telling you. What does it need to support it right now? Whether that's a balanced diet or a more regular sleep schedule, listen to its needs and let it guide you forward. It's also mentioning that the bird will continue to sing until it has eaten its fill of cherries thrice over. Still so much significance in the number 3. And although the beaver and birch is not a number 3 card, it does feature 3 of the Roman numeral 10 to equate to 30. And this card ended up being placed over that card. Okay. An abundance of resources. An abundance of resources. And the circumstances have all come together to provide the perfect setting for addressing tasks you've been putting off lately. Starting at dusk, moving into dawn. Instead of what we would traditionally expect, starting at dawn and concluding at dusk. This is going to be extremely significant for the collective at this time. Let's take a look at the cornflower from the dusk guidebook as well. Number 11. Ooh, 7-11. I can't make this up. We're talking about an abundance of good fortune here. 7-11. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Cha-ching. 7-11. Good luck. Good fortune. Okay, wow. Okay, wow, yes. 11. Reminding us it's not a bad thing to be unique and stand out. What may seem out of place to some may be a source of great and unexpected beauty to others. So perfectly bright are they, it is said parts of the sky once tumbled to the ground, forming these beautiful patches of blue in the grass. Yes, creating striking clusters of color against the green and yellow of agricultural fields. What a beautiful message. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I didn't do the cards like by threes like I did in the last video, but nevertheless, the threes are still showing up. The threes are still showing up. And a little something for myself. Alright, that's my sneak peek. Drawing this to a close by going back to the Woodland Wardens, we have the rooster and the sunflower. Communication of some kind. My last message, which should be currently uploaded by now, involved spreading your wings in more ways than one, because 3 different cards indicated a set of wings and spreading your wings. So these messages may somehow tie together, and you may want to go check out that message when you're done here, if you have the time to do the whole consecutive thing. If not, save it in your playlist, and then you can take note and see where the 2 become a merger of its own. Communication of some kind. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, I had to pause because it startled the crap out of me, and it turned out to be nothing. So, imagine that. But, I mean, we're just now going into midday here. So, it's Friday, but not quite Twilight. And we'll just leave it there. Yes, XL, the rooster, and sunflower. We're getting there, and there we are. Improvement in communication. Ooh, becoming more well suited to positions of authority. But keeping in mind, remember that clear and open communication is key to successful leadership. Ooh. So this could be something that is developing in you that's been in gestation, or someone with these aspects and characteristics will become known to you in some kind of way through some form of communication on a Friday around twilight, out of the blue. Someone who is protective, confident, good communicators, honest and capable. The sunflower, often the tallest to bloom in the garden, rising high and turning its face towards the sun. While it may hover over other flowers, it bestows warmth and joy on any garden. So, something that is going to create good fortune for you in the long run, but also a reminder to remain in that state of humility as you may rise to some degree, to not allow it to shine too much light in an egotistical manner, like the sunflowers representing the sun here. Two heads. Two heads communicating together to create a common thread. By the time the rooster crows, I just heard something that begins development, coming into closer fruition at dusk, and making landfall before the rooster crows. And that is the message. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in with much gratitude and appreciation. From my heart chakra to yours, brightest of blessings.